to another video. Today we're ranking every Big Nate's April Fool's comics. So let's see which one's the best one. So let's get into it. 32, 1992. Well, we're off to a great start. This isn't even April Fool's at all. It's all about the housebound, and that's pretty much it. It's just not really memorable to look. Well, its whole entire arc is pretty impressive. We're ranking every April Fool's comics, and this isn't even good. Bad. 31, 1994. All it is Biff and Chip going to Ellen's room. That's it. Now, this is fine on its own with both of the comics, but since we're ranking every April Fool's comics, like I said in the other one, this isn't even a good one. It just doesn't age well when we're ranking every April Fool's comics. Just doesn't even talk about April Fool's. What? 30, 2020. This one is the weirdest comic. But since we're ranking every April Fool's comics, just one comic on its own, it's not that good. It just it won't age well if we're talking about April Fool's comics. It's just not memorable when we're doing this kind of stuff. Sorry, but this is just so bad. 29, 1998. All this is Nate telling to come up with the nickname for him. Well, okay, the other guys are telling it as well, but still, since we're ranking every April Fool's thing, which I've said too many times, I'll probably stop right now if I don't, sorry. But still, this definitely hasn't aged well for doing something like this. Come on. Just telling nicknames about him? Just why? 28, 1996. So this is all about Francis getting a medal. Well, that's cool and all, and the full comic's cool. Just by one comic standard, just one comic on its own, doesn't fit well. So, yeah, I'm sorry, but this isn't good at all. You already know what I'm talking about, why this is bad. So, yeah, sorry. 27, 2003. Yeah! It's all about Coach John, or I don't remember what his name is. I think Coach Joan telling just getting upset by someone. Braid. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not that good. And it's a little bit higher because it is kind of funny. But since we're doing something like this, which I said many times, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm sorry, but this just doesn't go on a high level at all. 26, 2002. So this is about Nate being so nervous because he's breaking up with Kelly. And that's pretty much it. I know Francis tells, about, her cat, and then he's like, what? But, yeah, this isn't that good, on its own, so, yeah, it's not fun. I'm sorry about that. 25, 2005. It's not the greatest, but it's actually pretty decent. It actually is pretty funny. Francis comes up with the excuse, and, Coach Joan goes insane. I think it's Coach Joan. But, yeah, he goes insane. He's like, what? So, yeah, even though it's not even April Fool's, it's still pretty funny to read. 24, 2006. This isn't really funny until the end, where Francis talks about something, and it did make me laugh a lot. So, yeah, while this isn't technically what we're talking about, it is one of the more funnier ones. It's definitely average for me. 23, 2004. This is really funny because Nate and Teddy are just knocking off and not actually, working. So, yeah, this is probably one of my most funniest ones, and it still makes me laugh a lot. It's just so funny. I know it's not really April Fool's, but it is one of the most funniest. And I still can't stop laughing. What is funny about this? I don't know, just talking. 22, 2009. So, not really the funniest, but one of the most interesting ones, because it talks about the game wrecked and how the point guard was, the only, significance, even though it's Nate. So, while not the funniest, probably one of the most interesting ones, which is why I put it higher. 21, 2008. Nate's talking with Chester, and he talks about what happened. And it's one of the most weirdest things, and while it's definitely violent, it is pretty funny to see Nate's expression. So, yeah, one of the most memorable ones, one of the most decent ones, and one of the ones that are not even April Fool's, and probably one of the best ones that aren't even April Fool's at all. 2011. So this is Nate, how he's friends with Arthur and talks about it with Marcus, even though he should be doing all these things instead of Arthur. Which is pretty interesting because Arthur is like so confused. He's like, "What?" So yeah, this is probably one of the most funniest ones. Without just like the whole entire arc, and one of them, and it's just pretty funny. So yeah, I love it. 2010. Nate wants the thing to be cheerier color, but the principal doesn't want it. But the ending where he says like he feels like a lab rat really is the reason why I put this a lot higher. But it is a pretty interesting comic to learn about something. So that's why I put it up overall, even though it's not really April Fool's, and I already told you many times. Sorry. 2014. So, actually the creator who, in the Go Comics thing, he actually said, like, that, this isn't a joke at all. This is actually all true stuff. And the coach trying to hip everyone is also pretty funny, which is why I put it up on the top list. Pretty funny stuff. 2016. So, this is after when Nate and Trudy broke up and stuff. So this, like, one comic strip is pretty funny to hear. It made me laugh a few times, and it's just one of the most funniest, funniest comic strips that I've ever read. Just excluding what we're talking about and the ranking. So, yeah, one of the most funniest ones. Because of the Star Trek. The Next Generation reference. I hope you're listening, Nate, because if I didn't say it, he would probably be mad. Even though he doesn't exist, he doesn't exist. 2015. I don't really explain this because it's pretty simple, but honestly one of the most funniest to read, and I have nothing much else to say. Pretty funny stuff, and very memorable. 2017. Ooh, alternate facts. So this is during the time when Nate and Daisy broke up. Yeah, they had a very short relationship because it was so awkward. So, like, hearing someone else say, like Nate said, like, he broke up with her, but Daisy broke up with her, and it's revealed by someone who's never named again. So, yeah, pretty funny stuff. And one of the most funniest, like, jokes seen in Big Nate ever. Even though it's not really a joke. It's just kind of funny, that's it. 2018. Well, this is technically a rerun to 2009. I figured we might as well count it, simply because it is actually pretty funny to, hear how, Spitzy, Nate thinks that he cornered the cat, but no, it's a treehouse. So, yeah. So, and then Nate gets kind of just, bleh. So, yeah, this is one of the most funniest ones to overlook. 2022. It really does suck that this is an April Fool's comic. Whatever, it's still pretty funny to know that Nate actually knows all this stuff, and the, last line is also pretty funny. So, yeah, this will definitely age well in the near future. One of the more funnier ones. 1997. Now we're going to the April Fool's comics, starting with the worst one. So, the reason why I put this one is you can clearly tell the art style. And while it looks kind of like, different, it's still one of the more funnier ones. It's a really unique art style, and, I like the change of pace. So, yeah, one of the more interesting ones. 1993. So, this was one of the earlier April Fool's comics. It's very simple, but it has charm in it, and has definitely aged well. So, it's one of the more, like, it's simple. I rank this higher because it is an April Fool. So, yeah, pretty interesting stuff. And while it's simple, again, it's memorable. 1995. First off, Ellen's like, don't do an April Fool's prank on me. The next day, Nate tells, his father, Martin, to do a prank on her. But then he says some stuff, and then he's like, okay, you know what, forget about this. So, yeah, this is, pretty, like, interesting stuff. And, like what Martin's saying is just made me laugh so much. Pretty funny stuff. 2019. So, the beginning comic, the April Fool's comic isn't interesting. But if you go back, there's another one, And honestly, it's like basically like prank wars, basically. So even though it's not on the April Fool's Day, it still counts. So it's funny, okay? It's funny. 2013. Like the other one, it's basically the opposite, where like the prank is on March 31st, and the other one is very just about how Martin is gonna be the assistant teacher. So like just the other one is pretty like very it's well simple. It's one of the most memorable April Fool's comics to read, and honestly one of the most funniest April Fool's pranks ever. 2007. It starts out very sunny, but then ends with winter. Oh god, that is April Fool's pranks in there. The weather really tricked Nate and everyone there, whose style was gonna be like very like springy. So yeah, it's actually a pretty funny prank if you think about it. Like the opposite weather going instead would make total sense for some comic. So yeah, it's really funny. I really have nothing else to say because the weather just makes everything funny. And I just don't have anything else to say. It's just so funny. 1991. There's a reason why I put this higher. And by the way, this is the first Big Nate April Fool's comic. So the reason why I put this higher is Nate's hair. But also because like Nate's inclusion, how Dad's April Fool's joke is more warped than usual. So yeah, it's really funny. It just has more depth into its cycle, and it's definitely aged well after like its first obsession. I don't know how you say it, like in the Big Nate genre kind of thing. 2000. Jenny and Ronnie are going together, and Nate thinks it's an April Fool's joke. Not. And then in the actual April Fool's one, they actually kiss. And while this isn't technically a good April Fool's thing, they look so cute together. Aww. Which is the reason why I put this higher. It's just so cute. I'm sorry, Nate. 1999. I like how Jenny goes crazy, even though it's actually an April Fool's joke. So, yeah, it's just really funny to see Jenny's expression and how she moves. It's just so funny and so cute at the same time. It's really lovely and also very memorable April Fool's comic. 2021. How Nate thinks like it's April Fool's Day and how they're not. She's actually just pretending that they want to go to the dance, but no, that's not actually true. So, and Nate's expression at the end really makes it the reason why I put this up higher. Super funny. 2012. This is honestly one of my favorite Big Nate Sunday strips because like how Teddy wants to do some sort of trap and stuff, but he already did it to both of them. And it's just so funny to see their faces and how they're gonna team up next year. But this is not number one. It's so funny. There's one more that's very funny than this one. 2001. There's a reason why I put this up higher. The expression on the drawing. It is so funny. He slips. Francis thinks there's something funny when he's like because he's drawing something, and then Teddy like drops a banana peel and he slips, and then they draw the thing, and it's so funny. Which is why, because of that expression and its joke, it's my number one and my favorite April Fool's Big Nate comic thing. Strip, you know what I mean. Thank you so much for watching my ranking, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.